Hey everyone! Been a while. I know I was kind of absent on the previous night. Um, that happened because I was in a car accident. I'm alright. Bruises are healing up nicely, and my car is in the shop and getting repaired. But since it happened the Thursday that I would normally be streaming, I was busy with a bunch of insurance calls and just, having a rather nasty day. So I decided to take some time for myself and recover a bit and, just have some fun on my own. But I'm back this week and I'm looking forward to some more Wildermyth with everyone. So without any further ado, I'm going to go into my legacy. I like to do that when I start a stream, just to look at all the characters we've had in the past. So we've got Medicine over here, one of our top tier warriors, a cowardly peacemaker. We've got Gorkus over here, our bookish hothead. Hewley. Xinyun. Drew. The ever-popular Drew. Evinian, and finally Lycian and her pet. So, yep, we've got plenty of characters. So I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start playing. So, if you recall, last session we started out with Chapter 1 of the Morthagi storyline. And, oh, I'm getting a phone call. One moment. I am live! Okay, turn that off. Ta-da! Live broadcasting! Okay, so, with that all taken care of, let's go over a few things. So we completed Chapter 1, and the mystery is only starting to deepen. We encountered the mysterious Morthagi that we encountered the very first time in Eagledale. Unfortunately, he was under attack by other Morthagi and ended up dead. But many years later, about 12 years later, looks to be more Morthagi activity, and we're going to have to investigate what in the world's going on. So we're looking for the source of the Morthagi, and we have to clear all their sites. So we've got our work cut out for us, but I think we can manage it with this team. So as you can see, we've got two warriors, a mystic and a hunter. Our warriors are Quail, Gronstar, Wind Humble, Raytheon Tormil, and Udgis. So I'm looking forward to seeing how their story develops and moves along. And before we got an incursion coming in 217 days, so it's probably a good time to get moving. And over here we've got a recruitment opportunity, but no way to get to Blytheholds. So let's go ahead and have our characters build us a bridge. Now, if you're talking in the chat, I'm still working on getting part of my rig set up. Today's been super slow in getting my equipment up and running, and the time I had after work has actually proven to be a little bit difficult. I don't know why my computers decided today to be difficult, but they did. But luckily, ooh, hello, a mending path. A passing pilgrim saves Quail's life. Let's see what this is all about. Trekking the narrow summer roads of nowhere, a sudden illness clogs Quail's chest, shoots barbs through her veins, rouses her in the night to kneel heaving in the dark outside the tent. So far, she's pushed through, hoping it would ebb. Instead, it's worsening. Yes, you're being brave, Quail, but enough's enough. Here, let's camp in this spot. Looks defensible. Raytheon sets Quail down, then goes off for firewood, enough to last the night and the following morning. Quail sips from her canteen. Sunset's not yet close. And, odd enough, that's when a faith-called pilgrim comes down the road. You're bad off, aren't you, Earth Daughter? You look it. Do you mind if I stoop down and listen to your signs? I'm Farer. No one worth fearing. Pilgrim of an order that's never been popular. A god who's never asked to be. Whoever you are, The pilgrim bends down and places fingers on Quayle's pulse, holds a coin before her mouth, then an ear to her upper chest. I've seen symptoms like these, certainly. Your eyes are still clear. That's good. How long have you... 3 days. Just 3. Who are you? Your friend? Well, that woman's suffering from igokora. Rare disease. Folks get it in summer, a wayward spore. I can treat it, but to cure it is impossible. Or, nearly, I suppose I should say. A while later. You're a good man. Farr's administered a small elixir made from water and wild barrowbell, as well as some burnt, crushed mushrooms. He told Quayle to sleep, and she's been in the tent ever since. She'll need more of this elixir. The rest of her life, she'll need it. Agricore leaves husks where happiness was. It's a brutal way to go. You mentioned a cure. And I shouldn't have. It's one of those convenient stories about a miraculous heal-all. Once, long ago, I tried to find it. The journey cost my brother his life. By the time I'd returned, empty-handed, the man it would have healed had already passed. Desperate hearts are reckless. Treat the disease patiently and she'll live longer. What exactly are the risks? Oh, you're already looking better. Some constitution you must have. Feel a lot stronger, and I thank you. But so tell us both, about this cure. Quayle. Oh, Dale, my goddess, my god. He mumbles into the fire a moment. Is this the purpose my wandering feet follow? If it is, and it must be, I'll trust my feet. I will. Then meets their eyes again. Our paths brought us all here. Who am I to deny my place? They huddle close to the flames as the pilgrim, Farrer, reluctantly describes a distant place, a harrowing guardian, a legendary restorative. And in summary, since you seem set on seeking it out, please, let me accompany you. It's clear to me that I was put in your path for this holy duty. You'll need the elixir, regardless, and I can teach you how to make it. So they sleep there that night and set out the next day. And I will go ahead and send these 3, leaving Wind by herself. And our story continues. I've never met a holy pilgrim. Over the course of the journey, the disease hasn't left Quayle's body, but her health has returned, little by little, with the elixir Farr's brewed. You're a pilgrim of the Wandering Church, aren't you? You make a lot of folks curious, I'd imagine. Your cheeks look less sunken. Glad to see you eating more. They're nearing their destination, an ancient shrine to the sea, where the fabled restorative is said to be housed. I remember this forest. It's been all my life, and I haven't returned, so it's almost like he's alive again, my brother. Night knocks them off their knees. A short, salty dinner, a stiff drink, and a draught of medicine. Sleep. They wake to the mill in the cold dawn, achy and oddly anxious. You asked me yesterday, Quayle, about being a pilgrim. Yeah, but if you... My brother and I told you we went after the cure together. Well, the man we were set on retrieving it for, he was our father. In failing, I lost them both. I was overcome with, so many feelings. Guilt, mostly. That had led my brother, Fargus. I led Fargus to his death, and for nothing. For nothing. A great cosmic joke. They pack up their camp in quiet and set out again. My brother was the cleverest, Anyway, I dropped my heart in a well of hatred. I'll spare you those evil blank stories. But I met my pilgrim one day. Variel, she was called. One of Dale's wanderers. Dale, our god, our goddess, Dale. Come, walk with me. That's all she said. That's all anyone needed to say. I was young still. I'd been torturing myself in the world. The unusually sinuous track that winds between the trees leads beneath a rocky overhang into the belly of a cliffside and down. Old Variel taught me about Dale, her god, not to force me to change, but to affix before me a kind of star. Dale is woman and man, thing and idea. All is in Dale, and Dale is in all. Thus wandering amongst all is joy, keeping a journal of your journeys is worship. All paths lead us where we must be. The whim and the will are no different. All I do is love. Love where my feet carry me. I didn't believe it quickly, but gradually the steps we took, seasons, then years. By the time I came back to my hometown, I wasn't angry anymore, even at myself. Sorrowful, bitter in moments, but aware, as I'd never been, of all the love I'd been given. All the love I still had a chance to give back. And I... Stay back, Far. Oh, but that's... Fargus? My brother? Standing exactly as he stood when it struck him. What's... Hey, come take a look at this. Be strong right now. Stay by us. This may be our vaunted guardian. What's left of it, anyway. I remember the thing snaking, moving, alive. The terror of its forge fire eyes. It's alright. You won't have to face it again. Whoever killed it didn't touch this altar. So that's the cure? Far? What do you call this sickness I've contracted? Oh, I did that out of order. It's called Igokora. The world is Snark. And this remedy? I don't know. The story's old. A restorative of some kind that can be used to heal any malady. It's hard to compare a legend to a hunk of glowing salt. Book I read described it as a quote-unquote gift from the sea answered with treachery. A single crystallized miracle. Close to the crystal, unless they're imagining it, they hear the noise of playful waves and ribboning wind. And now we have a choice. We could either do number 1 or number 2. But, since I don't have many people on the stream yet and no one said hi, I think I'm gonna go with number 2. Seems like the heroic thing to do. Quail lifts the crystal off its altar. It threads her knuckles with spirals of light. So, what? You have to eat it or something? The light feels damp. But someone else has first claim. Quail? Where's she? You're brave enough to seek this out. Face the danger. Whatever power it has should be given to you if it's possible. Oh no, Quail, it won't be... I don't think it... We'll see. Quail holds the crystal close to the stone man. She forms and focuses all the weight of her will into a single idea. A miracle, reversing whatever change wrought cold rock from once warm skin and muscle. Icy, radiant slivers drop from the crystal's core. Sound, to all of them, becomes warped and blue. Glooms and layers of light find invisible cracks and filter beneath the man's stone flesh. The crystal in Quail's hand shrinks to nearly nothing. Another glance finds it entirely dissolved. One last wave of crashing brilliance submerges them and drains away. A briny smelling mist clings to the air. Fargus? Are you... Far? No, you're too old. I'm much too old, but it's me. Just then, a hungry growl emerges from the shadows beyond the Gorgon remains. It's echoed by another unseen mouth. Something's woken up. We'll meet you at the mouth of the gully. Go on. But I can... No, come on, Fargus. Not this time. That was pretty brave, Quail. Far's right. We crossed paths for a purpose. Hello there! We've got ourselves two gobblers. The unbelievable stink of rot oozes from its mouth. It moves with hideous agility, unnerving precision. And soon it will move not at all. Here we are. Haha! Be poisoned! Hey! Okay, bring me closer. Hey, don't dodge. Dodging's bad. I mean, it's good when I do it, but not when you do it. Alright, we got stone tables, roots. Ooh, I want to do roots. Wild grass bit. Nice! Combo attack. And Udgus levels up. Woot. So, Lisa, what do you think I should give him? And hello to the newcomer! So we've got Earthscribe here. Allows allies to pass to wall with interfused objects. Always useful. Stone grants extra armor and warding and temp health. And bones get bone walls. Alright, no worries. If you can describe the issue, I can see if I can fix it. Alright, we've also got Ignite. It allows a one-turn single action. He can pull motes of heat out of the air and ignite them at a single point, creating an interfused blaze on a tile that has debris. We can upgrade his Vigor Flow, or we can give him Aid, where he can give it 5 temp health to, and remove negative status effects to an ally. Earthscribe is a good utility move, so is Aid. Ignite is, at least at level, or the initial level, is a bit situational. And Vigor Flow he already has, it would be an upgrade. Alright, the first is in the one first I described. Ah, gotcha. Alright. Let's go with our scribe then. I like that one. And here we have the Crow Weaver. It's a great spare. I think I'll give it to Quail, because she has a tier 0 spear, which is the shovel. And we don't want her to be using a shovel. Ooh, an Owlwise Scarf. It gives potency, and normally I'd give it to Ugus, because it would raise his from 3.2 to 3.9. But Wind has an ability that does more damage with potency. So I think I'll give it to her, just to give her a little bit more oomph. Alright. Suppose they're the ones who killed our guardian. Maybe. Or just moved into the den of a dead old monster. Not that it matters much. Suppose it doesn't. Someone seems upset. See, here they come. Just a couple weird cave beasts. No match for us when it came to it. Your name is Quail? You healed me? Old magic healed you. Your brother who guided us here, he healed you. My part was small. Best thing now is to get away from here. Talk as you walk. Yeah, sorry. They follow their own path out. Afternoon flares and begins to fall. Furs and wild herbs scent the trek. It's still a beautiful world, you know. Anyway, you'll find so much to love, to do. Your life is only now getting started. Oh, I plan on making the most of it, trust me. Mine's only now thinking of all the things I want to try and do and have, and... Their return is faster and more eager. Quail and the boy, Fargus, carry on a conversation. Awkward, but important to them both. This feels like as far as we'll go tonight. Your friend is a very good woman. Oh, yeah? Remember to be proud of her, even while you're sad. The Igokora, the sickness, will take her in time. But the life she's brought back, that matters to her. Be kind about it. Be kind to them both. I must humbly ask you, neither deserve their fates, but their paths crossed. By the time stars appear, Raytheon and Farr have a fire blazing, a stew of wild onions and mushrooms to fill them all. That sounds good, actually. I've thought about this, Quail, Raytheon. I want to join your band. You mean Ebony Stallion? That's right. The sky deepens, a moonless sea of stars crossed by fast clouds. There's so much I wish to learn, understand. Nowhere to go, though. Nowhere else than with you, that is, if you'll have me. Dad would be proud, Fargus. And I'll always be, whatever path you take. I wonder sometimes what draws us in. What makes us ask for a burden? Are we moths, lost to our homes, longing for warmth? That was quite, deep. Further talk decides it. Young Fargus is going to be a hero, in the spirit of the woman who rescued him, risking all. Farr, the pilgrim, will set aside his wandering to live close to his brother for whatever time he has left. Dinner's long done by the time the siblings go to talk in the tent. Quail and Raytheon remain out, listening to the crickets and the wind. How are your... Breathing gets weird. Things feel kind of frail, maybe just worn out. A single owl muses out loud, then falls silent. Tired old voice left alone in the night. Embers redden to black. It's not fair, Quail. Out of nowhere. Every great player breaks 100 strings. Chance decides which songs will stop such a way. That is fair, ultimately. We'll keep looking for a cure. We might find it. Every night from then on, Quail would drink an elixir to ease the pain and slow the illness. She'd brew it more and more potent, even as it became less and less effective. Still, she'd never regret her choice. Inside the tent. I really just can't believe I'm talking to you right now. Worry if I close my eyes, I'll wake up and... Bet you sleep before me. Your voice. How'd I get so old? No, please. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, Fargus. Want to ask you now. Following a path beside Quill, when you were a kid it was always sticks, swords, and dragon battles. As Dad said, we inherited our mom's eyes and his deft hands. Always felt you could be anything. You know what I'm hoping? To be a warrior like the woman who saved me, that I'll wander green trails, hunt the monsters we fear, or I'll take mastery over the maladies and monsters, maybe even the miracles. What do you think? What will Fargus become? We have 3 options, and I'll let you choose this time. Personally, I think that a warrior would be good. Just because we are probably going to lose Quail at some point. But I'm totally down for an odd assortment of classes. Plus, we have that other character to recruit as well. Sure. Like I said, the one is a warrior. And if he chooses that, it's to be a warrior like the woman who saved him. If it's the hunter, he wants to wander green trails, hunt the monsters we fear. And if he wants to be a mystic, he'll take mastery over the maladies and monsters, and maybe even the miracles. Given he has a bow, he probably would be good as a hunter. But like I said, I'd like to have him eventually replace Quail, because with the Agakora taking her, she might not be around forever. Ultimately, the choice is yours. Warrior it is. That's the kid I remember. And Quail gets plus 10 retirement age and becomes a Bluehorn warrior. She gets one of 3 skills: Windwalk, Zealous Leap, and Wisdom. Wisdom gives her a bonus to all campaign level tasks based upon her age. That one's gonna, like I said before, we're probably gonna lose her to the Agakora at some point, so she probably doesn't have that many years in her. Zealous Leap every other turn is a swift action. She can make a daring leap up to 3 spaces away. Often a useful ability. But Windwalk is like Zealous Leap souped up, but only once per battle. Once per combat as a swift action, Quill can call on wind spirits to guide her to a distant tile. I like the idea of giving her Windwalk, just because she's already got Paladin, which allows her to enter Sentinel state regardless of what she does. So if she ends her turn with Windwalk, I can position her strategically to attack enemies. So that's the one I would go with. Zealous Leap will, though, give more consistent over the course of a battle, whereas Windwalk is an instant I need to get over here. So, and it's a choice between one and done or a overtime. What do you think I should get for? Sounds good. Alright. So we've got our characters. Let's get them all on building that bridge, because poor Wind has been doing it by herself. And the gang's all here, just in time to finish a bridge. And let's find out who wants to join the Ebony Stallions. We've got Drifty! That sounds like a reliable name. I love it. Let's see what he's all about. He's a hot-headed poet. Let's see. Growing up in a prosperous farming town, Drifty enjoyed wild spring dances and soft winter months, warm with lovers and mulled wine. He grew fond of the wheezing has-beens who frequented the saloons of dark sorrow. Their stories of heroism only got better as empty cups slammed tabletops, ever flowing full again. Sometimes it seemed he'd keep wandering until the sunlight turned to glass and stained itself in the world's passions. Wow, that's... Have they been upping their writing with the new updates? Which, by the way, there's been a new update to the game. But yeah, his hooks are nostalgic, curious, and wanderlust. So, let's see. We didn't customize Fargus at all because we just kind of got him. But let's see what we can do for Drifty here. Yeah, he is definitely a poet. Let's see. Is there anything that would fit a poet? You know what? Let's leave it as is. You know, he's nostalgic. He's got a thing for the past. He's curious. He wants to wander, and he tells stories. This guy's totally a bard. Let's make him a hunter. Ebony Stoutland has reached Blythehold. I've been waiting my whole life for this opportunity. Well, we haven't been around that long, but if you want, I could sign your, Huh? Listen, what if I told you that my father was a renowned cowherd? Not because he was any good with cattle, but because he beat a bull god in combat and won him good fortune. And then Grandpa. Legend is he threatened a flood so severely that it turned on its tail before it reached Blythehold. Which is why the town continues to be known for its unmatched magical artifact museum. I think I've heard that story. The point is, my blood is the blood of exceptional people. You know what kind of pressure comes with that? And so I've been searching for a chance, any chance, to snag some renown of my own. Let me join you. Wow, no arguing with destiny, I guess. Yeah, he definitely looks like he's a hunter. Alright, let's get this guy trained up. Recruit prepared. Drifty is now a greenhorn hunter. We can give him Quelling Moss, which someone already has. We can give him Flash Cone, which once per combat, Drifty throws a Flash Cone that blinds enemies and deals 0 magic damage. If thrown to an ally, they will be hidden. We can up that damage by increasing his potency. Or we could give him Through Shot, which I like the idea of, where they fire a cleverly placed arrow that will pass through the first target and hit the next target in a line. So shall he be able to blind people or pierce them with arrows? I like the idea of Through Shot myself. Flash Cone, though, can be useful. Nope, it would damage both. It does less damage to the second, though. Pardon me as I munch on some Twizzlers. Yep, I agree. We're going Through Shot. Plus, if I get Quelling Moss later, he poisons everyone in the line. Also, if he gets Ember Arrows later, he can do that as well through the line. So it's a very useful ability, but it's kind of situational. You have to kind of guide the enemy into the right position. We now arrive at a bit of a quandary here. We have 3 warriors, 2 rangers, or 2 hunters, and a mystic. We can only have a party of 5. So I'm going to have to figure out how I want to set up this party and who to send where. I think I'm going to want one of the warriors with at least one of the hunters. That way, one team gets a warrior and a hunter, and one team gets a warrior, a hunter, and a mystic. So, I think I'm going to send Quail, Drifty, and Udgus. Oh wait, I have 7 characters. No, I have 6. What am I thinking? I'm gonna send them there. I'm gonna send the rest here. Shiner birches have been revealed. Assault Milbora Forge. Alright, let's see how Team Fratwind, I guess? Or Fartwind? Fartwind. Alright, let's go. Let's forget. Ooh, stories of fire. They hike a mulchy hill above Milbora Forge, making their final approach. The trees here actually look younger than the wider woods. Kind of odd. Why do I feel like this sometimes? The heat and happiness, the luster, go gray and cold inside me. What does that mean? Should I say something? Raytheon's leading the way. It's he who spots the warm glow ahead. Did it flicker to life just now? Or maybe behind the trunks? It's an otherwise quiet place. The Clatterbones must have a reason for massing here. What's there to go on? Assumptions are all I've got, but that's what investigating's for. Guys, I think there's a campfire ahead. Might be someone. Campfire? Could be a random traveler. Probably some killer. Or no, this isn't a gout of flame swirls, and these saber rocks, silent, bright, and smokeless. It's not a place to hang your cattle. It's beautiful. I wonder why it's not hot. Not hot! It's blistering! I feel it, Raytheon. You okay? Do you hear stories? Or is it just my mind that hears them? Raytheon moves nearer to the spiraling inferno, apparently unscorched. Raytheon! My blood, my heart, is beating. Well, I hope your heart is beating. I remember one tall story. It's brief, it's for children. In early days, the sky's back was not so stiff. She bent and saw a handsome gray squirrel who climbed to the top of the redwood. Raytheon, you're getting really close. This squirrel, he chatted to her blithely. How he relished her stars in the autumn wind, took comfort when she cast her cloudy hair. He thanked her for letting the sun thread through it. The sky was young then. She listened, rapturous with language, and was smitten. So when she watched him plant his forests, and watched the trees grow tall where he placed them, the sky thought to impress him by planting her own. A lightning arm she gently lowered, and a great tree of scarlet was born, but it was a greedy tree. It grew and grew and grew so large it consumed the forest the squirrel had planted. And without time for a word, words took much longer to say in those days. It swallowed the squirrel's body, too. So the sky began to wail, a terrible gusting grief that let her face flushed dark, and the first rain was her tears, and the ocean filled with them. Ever after, thinking on the smile of that intrepid squirrel, she will weep and the world will feel rain. That's the story I remember, and this place remembers. It's a piece of here, something left behind. What's that mean? Stories of fire. You don't hear them? They leap and lick in my imagination. At this altar once, people would gather and tell them. But they're dead now. Those people are dead. The flame somehow endures. Raytheon, come away. You should be burning. How are you not? Listen, I'm going to let it touch me. No worries. Glad to have you. And you're just in time for an important question. Does wind leap to intercede him, thinking he's entranced? You're entranced, aren't you? Raytheon, you're not thinking straight. Or does Raytheon reach into the flame and become transformed? The fire in me, I'll carry it, its heat and memories in myself. So, does wind save him? Or does he reach into the fire and come back changed? Become transformed? I like that idea. But I'm a unapologetic fire ghost, so... Okay, fire it is. Reach into the flame, Raytheon. Become who you were meant to be. Wait, don't just... Raytheon, no! He leans close and lets the fire climb his wrist. Uh-oh. Oh, good. My computer just did something there for a moment. I thought the game crashed. That would be sucky. Like, reach into the fire! It burns the computer! No! Anyway, it's alright. I'll be alright. He stands unharmed as flames file up his arm, orderly as ants. But then... Ah! Apparently it hurts. Come on, game. Respond. We're having some technical difficulties. Let's see if I can fix it on my end. I hope this is still streaming. Looks to be, but... There we are! Let's make sure I didn't double skip. Yep. Raytheon! A sudden mass of fire wreaths Raytheon's body. Come on. Work, computer, work! You're too young to be having these issues. I just built you, like, what, a month ago? They retreat into their coals. Raytheon stumbles back a few steps. Oh. What in? Love, what do you need? Here's my canteen. No, I'm fine. It doesn't hurt. It just kind of tingles. In truth, I've always felt my heart was born to burn like a golden star. I'm meant to carry an ember in me and to let it blossom into a brilliant flame. Carrying Bracken and the mechanical mash of gears announce a nearing enemy. Figure things out if we survive. Legacy points, +1. I'm glad to hear I'm still here. Glad to hear you're still here. Fargus has grown stronger. Oh, that's right. We earned him a little bit ago. And because of that, he now has a level. So we could give him Vigilance, which allows him to perform 2 reaction strikes per turn. We could give him Wolf Call. After a successful kill, Fargus's allies gain +2 speed for this in the following turn. Or we can give him Stalwart. As a swift action, Fargus can disable Stalwart, which grants +3 armor and warding, but reduces his speed by half. All of these would be good. So what do you think? Vigilance, Wolf Call, or Stalwart? Give himself extra defense, give himself an ally's speed on a kill, or allow him to strike twice after using Sentinel. With the shovel, not sure how effective he's going to be with any of these, though. You think vigilance? Alright. Since you spoke up first, let's do it. Dismay. All foes gain plus temporary hit points. And we're fighting a Weldling, a Watchman, a Sommelier, and a Spectic. Alright, we're entering the place. We're doing the things. Alright, we're having Wind move in. Let's open the door. Still no enemies. Strange. They must all be in this room here. I just realized we gave the guy with ember arrows a burning arm. Oh, hello. How do you do? Hey, you're not allowed to dodge. Run away! Be afraid of us! And since he started with the bow, we can shoot with him. Ah, haha, nice. Oh, nice. Good stunt. Looks like he was meant to be a fighter. Now we're gonna use one of our cool new abilities, Cone of Fire. Alright. Let's have him... Oh, can't switch now. Oh boy. More fire incoming. Kill the Weldling! Kill it quick! And he missed. Ow! She blocked the fire. With these fires in the way, it's going to be hard to get to her. So it's time to extinguish one. Don't block my fire! The cone of fire, I love it! Ooh, travel trap! We can give that to Drifty. And it looks good on him! The dust settles. The air smells acrid and burnt. You can control that thing, I hope. Disarm? Yeah, Raytheon, we experience a lot of deviations from normal, but this one's one of the more intense. Alright, so I really did hear something, right? Whatever presence was there in the altar, the flames, it spoke in me more than to me, like the chorus of my primal ancestry. I heard them offer stories to the altar. Kavan of the summer, the Queen of Embers, the Sun Thief and the Empire of Ashes. Or softer stories, like that little yarn about the sky and the Tree of Fire. Side note, Kavan of the Summer is actually one of the campaigns. That one is All the Bones of Summer. I heard them, these flame keepers, people who drove their herds and built their shelters here, who poured out their mysteries by this altar they must have carved. And I know it looks startling, but it's kind of like alluring, right? Also, I mean, who wouldn't fall in love with the Flame Knight of Eagledale? I like that name! You already made that decision, so what can I say now? Just, you better work on cooling it off before you think to touch me. I want to tell you, love, it's okay. I must be able to control it. I'll learn how and it'll all be okay. How about you, Fergus? Any comments? I mean, it's a marvel to witness. The lore of it sounds fascinating. And weldings get more health. That was a very fire-themed event. And while they secure Millborough Forge, our other three are up to family business. Having completed their exploration of Grey Ash Forest, thank goodness for tiny roadside inns. Feels like it's been weeks since I slept in a nice warm bed. You said it. I slipped the innkeeper a few extra coins for our highest thread count sheets. Whatever, I'm happy to sleep on burlap as long as there's a mattress under it. Good, because she only had the one really nice set. Huh? Mom? What? Agus? That's your mother? Why didn't you tell us she lived nearby? Because I didn't know. Agus, I haven't seen you since you left home. What are you doing here? What am I doing here? What are you doing here? We're miles away from Eagledale. Oh, your father and I have... Well, we had some difficulties, and now I've settled here in Grey Ash Forest. You? And Dad? What did you do? Well, it's a little more complicated than... Of course it is. It's always more complicated with you. Because it's always about you, isn't it? Never your fault, of course, because you're always the wrong party. Ugh, I don't know how Dad put up with you up until now. Now that's not fair. You know what your father is like. Don't put this on him. When did this happen? Were you ever going to tell me about it? Well, it's not like I knew where to find you. Well, maybe I left home so you couldn't find me. Oh. I see. If that's the way you feel about me. See, what did I tell you? Making it all about her. Says the man who never puts his own comfort above that of others. You go, Drifty. Excuse me, what is that supposed to mean? It means, look, mothers and sons are complicated, and I know it's none of my business. But it seems to me the two of you had a second chance just now, and you let it slip by. If it were me, well, I'd have probably let it slip by too. But I'd regret it the rest of my life. Yeah, that was rough. But what does Udgus do? Does he go after her and apologize, or does he just let it stand the way it fell? I know what I want, but I obviously want him to go and reconcile. It's like, come on, don't fight with family. Family's important. Yeah. I assume no objections then? I see one, yep. Give me a minute, will you? Mom, wait. Look, I'm sorry. It was just kind of a big shock. No, you were right to be upset. I never make things easy, do I? Well, no, you never did. But in time since I've left home, I've done a lot of things that weren't easy. I've slipped on dirt, in the rain, gone without food for days on end, and put myself in harm's way for the sake of protecting others. I guess if I can do all that, I should be able to manage a civil conversation with my mother. It all sounds so exciting. I'd love to hear about it sometime. I'd like to tell you. And so the next morning, so we waited there, hiding in the ambush until... Thrifty! Hey, there you are. Sorry to interrupt, but it's time we move out. So soon? Afraid so. We finished scouting Grey Ash Forest, but we need to move on. Don't worry, though. I'll stop by to check in next time we come through, okay? Alright. Safe travels, I guess. Well, always. See you soon, Mom. I love you. Yeah, it's good to see when they reconcile like that. I've never been able to choose the other option. I just can't bring myself to do it. Alright. So, Blythold's famed hunters swear they could increase their haul with a new hunter's blind. There's hard-working families would love a new lumberyard, though, but then there's also the responsibility to the old forest gods. So, I usually prefer the one that gives one of both, but this one gives heartwoods and spell threads, so I'm really pulled towards, the shrine. What do you guys think? Spell threads tend to be useful later on, so that's one of the reasons I like it, but I also like the idea that they just build a shrine out in the middle of the woods like druids. Of course, the lumberyard could give us heartwoods, which will allow a lot more wooden weapons like bows and stuff. Shrine it is, okay. By the way, welcome to the stream, those of you who joined recently. I see we've got a few more of you in there. So they're gonna go build a shrine while these guys over here are... Ooh, interesting. Let's check out this opportunity. Bidding the ghost goodbye. Raytheon. Raytheon? Thought I'd find you out here. Everything alright? Raytheon? You're acting different, you know. I've been telling the others it's only stress, but... I'd guess. Yeah, Raytheon? Help me! Help you with what? Nothing. Oh, we're not big friends. I would surely tell you if something were wrong. Nothing's wrong. Odgus heard the dark hum beneath Raytheon's voice, and things slid into place. The signs had been there for weeks once he thought on it. Increasingly, Raytheon's habitual sighs and voiced imaginings had been replaced with untimely spans of silence. Sharp, heart-chewing silence. There was little doubt left in his mind. Shall we go? Yes, I suppose we shall. It's time we went on a little hunting trip, or back to our beds for now. Yes, something is very obviously wrong here. So, is Odgus going to deal with it, or is he just going to put it off till later? Please choose not. Please do not choose later. Hunting trip. Oh, dear Lord. This might be interesting. But I have one vote for hunting trip. Anyone else want to throw in? 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Hunting trip it is. Yeah, alright. So, Raytheon and Udgis are going, and Grifty is going along with them, apparently. So now we have a different team. The forest shrine has been dedicated, and I'm going to have Quail go meet up and help with the stuff with the other team. That's the advantage of having more characters, is that you can send them off and do stuff like that when opportunities arise. But for now, we have to consider what calamities we will allow and which we shall not. As usual, I prefer to go and take care of one of these, just because it is one of our primary enemy is Morthages, so I don't want them to have batch bees yet. We'll get batch bees eventually, I just don't want it yet. And I'm gonna leave the rest alone because we've only got 3 legacy points, and we'd have to choose only one of these 3. Better to save the points, if you ask me. And the story continues. Webs and darknesses fan from every recess like cards waiting to turn and reveal lurid mysteries. Their steps softly echo, the lantern handle creaks. Not much further now, Raytheon. Why do I feel this urgency to escape, to evacuate the bones before it's too late? This is my body, mine. I claimed it. Wait till you see what's down here. We're going to be, rich. Yeah, that's it, rich. I love to have. Wealth, of course. Getting, it's good. Words, I speak them. Classic Raytheon. Alright. At the foot of the long, sloping passage is a circular room. One prominent memorial stands at the center, a sword thrust into it. What is the... Udgis steps up to grip the jutting hilt. Realization dawns in the dark of those stolen eyes. Oh. Yes! Below me are the bones of Kelzod Shadowwind. Kelzod the Ghost Hunter. Here is his great ghost-quelling blade. I'm sorry, my friend. If there were a better fate, I would find it. And now, does the spirit wish to fight? Die, 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 die! Or does Udgis, or does Raytheon take control? Udgis, this is Raytheon, the real Raytheon. I'll die too. You don't want that, do you? So, we have 2 choices. 1, the spirit retains control, and 2, Raytheon is concerned and he manages to wrest control. But for how long? Both of these have consequences. Raytheon fighting it? That might be interesting. Alright, let's see what happens. Yes, Raytheon, are you there? You know the other way? Yes, you must go to the... Raytheon? I can't really think of anything. So just die! Udgis, +2 injury. The enemy is Raytheon Toramil, 36-year-old Bloodhorn Hunter. And it is Udgis fighting him. You know how we had that choice between Rock Shield? Yeah, I'm really happy we did that, because now he can wall against this rock when normally he couldn't wall against anything. Ah! I guess if he attacks Raytheon, there's the chance that his star thing will react and cause him to be blinded. Kill! No! Please don't have killed him! As it sweeps through Raytheon, the blade of the Ghost Hunter proves its legend true. His flesh remains whole, while a black shadow courses from his body, torn forcefully loose. Without even a whisper, the shadow dissipates. Raytheon? Agus. It's you, isn't it? You're back? I never left. There was this other mind in me, and now it's gone. Is it? Why, you want to take another swing, do you? You kind of deserve it. Yeah, he once shot him. They climbed together towards the dawning sunlight. Later. I guess I have to wonder. Do you really have to? Did you know the sword would work? I mean, that it wouldn't kill me? I knew it would work, but I didn't know how I knew. But please don't believe I risked your life in doubt. Yes. You're an awful liar. And we get to the Grimblade. It's an artifact. The toothed and heavy broad blades survive from a mostly forgotten age. The magic that went into them still lingers, dark and hungry. You heal on kill, but no sword block bonus. Gives +5 melee accuracy. So who should we give this to? We got a few warriors in our team at this point, and they're usually the ones on the front line. As you can see here, it notes that Quail will retire at the end of this chapter, so let's probably not give it to her. We could give it either to Wind or Fargus. Fargus, it will replace a shovel. Wind, it will give her a second weapon. But because Fargus only has a bow for his first weapon and a shovel for his second, I think we should replace the shovel. That way he's got a good melee and a good range weapon. And Raytheon gained retirement age and is now a Bluehorn Hunter. We have Crippling Strikes. Raytheon's attacks apply 2 hobbles to the enemy. We can give him Fox Flight, which is useful in making sure that he will guarantee a dodge. Aid will allow him to give temp HP to people and remove status effects, or we can upgrade his Quelling Moss. While I like the idea of upgrading the Quelling Moss, Fox Flight and Crippling Strikes are a more compelling argument for me. Just because he already has the ability for Ember Arrows and Quelling Moss, so if we give him Crippling Strikes, he has all 3 abilities that trigger on hit. However, Fox Flight will synergize well with his belt. Once per combat as a swift action, activate to dodge the next 2 attacks against him. While it's not active, it has a +1 speed passive benefit. So that will not only increase his speed, but make it more likely that his belt will activate and blind anyone who does attack him. So we have options here, and they're both good. Raytheon is looking to be the star character in this playthrough, I think. Just because of all the potentials he has. That said, as an archer, if his transformation gets his other arm, it's going to change how he plays dramatically. But I like the options here. So do we give him crippling strikes where he's able to slow enemies and reduce their movement rate? Or do we give him the ability to activate a guaranteed dodge? Crippling strikes, I like that. Anyone else? I'd like some more user input on this one just because I like them both. And I want to see what people think. Alright. I'm not hearing anything. Oh, there we are. Crippling, crippling? Okay. Good enough. Let's do it. Alright. Yeah, just look at that. Ember arrows, crippling strikes, quelling moss, and he's got the star heart with flame soul. This guy is like just... He grew awesomely. Also, let's look at his history. Notice how he had the hook inhabited. We have resolved inhabited. So if you go into stats and look at retirement age, hook quest resolved plus 10. But because we got rid of the ghost, we lose the option for that transformation to happen where the ghost takes full control. But such is life. But here, let's look at his history. So he gained the Star Heart by telling a fantastic tale under the sweltering stars at Ilsum's Stone. His inner passion drew him to a mysterious fire spirit which now burns within his body and soul. And the foul presence inhabiting his body was banished thanks to the bold action of one of his stalwart companions, an ebony stallion. It doesn't actually say who, unfortunately. It used to, but they changed that a little bit. But yeah, it's kind of cool how he's developed so far. But alright. Enough looking at that. Let's see. Let's have them... Oh, wow. Okay. Oh, wait, that one has a bridge, so let's have them go there. By the way, it's kind of funny how the teams ended up. A thorough delving of the mysteries of Milborough Forge has proven rewarding. Always strikes me how much there is still to find, to know. Oh yeah, that's funny. We never actually did look at Fargus. Ooh, a Tiger Shard necklace. Since it gives ranged and melee accuracy, and Fargus does both of those, here you go. Man, we never actually looked at what his deal is. So he's a greedy intellectual. Welcome! Alright, so let's look at his history. Fargus never knew his mother, who left when he and his brother were still young. His doting father meant the world to him and saw a world of potential in the boy's eyes. 1 year in awful illness, Igokora infected Fargus's father. He and his brother set off to obtain a mythical cure, but met with disaster. Fargus was turned to stone, and his brother barely escaped alive. Many years later, his brother returned beside a hero named Quail, who'd contracted the same disease and sought the same cure. But Quail used the miracle remedy to return Fargus to flesh, and so accepted that the Igokora would someday claim her. Fargus would always feel the weight of that, and know his life belonged to the both of them. And yeah, he's got potential, loyal, and gritty. Alright. Meanwhile, we're going to have this team go and look over here. My 3 warriors are on the same team. Just because of circumstances. Oh, we have an incursion. And it's heading there, so... never mind. We'll send the warriors there. There. all the team will be here for the defense. And they have arrived at Fristlewing Laffery. And we have all 6 party members, with 2 farmers joining the fight. The Morthagi have come. Glinting metal dulls as they scuttle from sun to shade, but their morbid geometry has always been easy to distinguish. How should the defenders respond? All these hills will remember us. Do they charge into battle, take the fight to the enemy? Do they use their knowledge of the land to harry their approach? Or do they stay hidden until the last moment, fighting with cunning? Harry has a 42%, stealth 65, charge is 87. That's 1 vote for charge. Anybody else? Going once. Going twice. And sold. Let's do charge. As the opposing numbers become obvious, the cry for courage dies in their throat. This could be the last battle they fight. The little militia quavers around them. With an 87% chance, we failed! Yep, that's what the percentages are. The 87 was a chance of success, so it had the highest chance and we still failed. Dismay, all foes gain a temp hit point. We only have to worry about a Weldling, a Spectic, a Watchman, a Sommelier, another Sommelier, and another Spectic. So, we can do this. Except more are coming. But we can still do this. We're good. We got lucky here. Just gonna fire a volley of arrows somewhere, I guess. Except he can't see the enemy, so never mind. Let's have Drifty go stealthy. I should probably have saved that. Oh well. Arrows! I could windwalk past the door, but I don't think I want to put her out there by herself. So she'll just Guardian. Let's see, can I interfuse anything out there? I can interfuse the tree. That should give me some more visibility on what's out there. And the rock. There we go. Oh. This wall doesn't... Oh, hello. That's where the enemies are. Let's send her up here. Yeah, it is a big fight. Incursions usually are. Sneaky. Send Drifty up here. He can't attack, so I'm just gonna have him. There we go. They're all out of his range, but that's okay, because I could throw a Quelling Moss. Oh, that guy was hidden. Oh well. Yeah, that's right, you better be terrified. And there's the wildling that I was hoping wouldn't be anywhere nearby. That's right, you better run! And we got another wildling on our case. Nice, 7 damage, that's a lot. Free damage! Nice, he's stunted. And I'll have her move over there because it's just a ranged fighter anyway, it's not gonna get close. Nice, ignored the armor and everything. I'm not seeing any enemies, but I bet I know where they are. Well, let's give her a rock shield. There we go. And we got an extra sommelier. Alright, so that's the last of the reinforcements, so that's good. And he dodges. Stop dodging me. There we go. They both have rock shield now. Cone of fire! Burn! Not me! Don't burn me! Go away! Shoo! You're not welcome. Yeah, we're just gonna have Lucky stay where he's at. Huh, no enemies in this area. Good to know. And Windwalk proves very useful right off the bat. Moving Edgus. There we go. Poisoned, hobbled, and fire. Yeah, I like it. I might be doing a little bit of overkill here, but I like it. What can I say? You tell him, Clayetta. There he is. Quit dodging! I can't show you my awesome stuff if you keep dodging me. And there we go. No one got hurt. Everyone's safe. The town is saved. Good job. Okay, and we have the added benefit of everybody's together again, so we can redistribute our teams to be a bit more even. So we got Wind, Udgis, and let's send Drifty with them. And that leaves Raytheon, Quail, and Fargus to do the other one. The Grey Wilds have been revealed. Now we will assault Crowdell Mine. With these three. It's gonna be a rough fight, I think. But here we have discovered Critic's Tower. A wild, thriving old local was happy to provide the lowdown of this weird tower. What'd she tell you, Drifty? Any clue who built this place? Who cares? She said there's bone walkers, roam the woods sometimes. Leatherface guy over on the other hill said light leaks from the cracks of these old blue stones. Just on spring nights, he said. Since last year. So they were no help. We were going in regardless. Bam! Guess it's open. Dust drifts in the suddenly empty doorway. So you really have to kick it down? No. Trying that hall? I'll have a peek downstairs. Soon a buzz from the hall's far end sneaks into their ears. That noise coming from inside? Yeah, something's... BAM! You seriously need to stop. It's just so satisfying. As they enter, the noise abates. Oily odors spill off shadow-crowded shelves. Shapes, organic to synthetic by varying degrees, spread and pile everywhere in industrious disarray. Nothing of any actual value by the looks of it. A grisly little toy shop. If it's working Morthagi machinery, it's maybe time to test this thing I was saying. Not this again, Wind. Seems like we should give it a shot, though. What if we activate our own Morthagi and it likes us? Maybe peace comes that way. Cellar's empty. What'd you two find? This. Wind wants to try our theory. You can't be serious. August says, I say we torch this whole room, bust their plans up. Wind says, here's one that's nearly finished. Just needs a mom. Drifty says, dismantle it. Search for what's useful, but it's dangerous to linger here. So what shall we do? Shall we create our own Morthagi? Do we burn down the place? Or do we bust it up and scavenge for parts? Shall we let them do what Wind wants to do? Wind? I like this option. Any disagreements? Any other options? Alright, going once, going twice. Wind it is. Wind settles in to fiddle with the half-finished contraption lying here among the scrap. So look, I understand I'm not the one you think of when it comes to tinkering and book study and such. But I'll tell you, these are wonders of the ancient world. I feel drawn to their hidden histories, like it was destiny. You talk about it an awful lot. Yeah, I don't know. It's just been a hobby of mine. Later. How much time should we give her, you think? I'd say we're close to the limit. Why isn't this working? Its little core is secured, right? Right, and it... Oh. See if this gets you going. Poke. So, but how much longer until... Now I think we're finished. Just little speck. Nick, what's it? Don't let it... She considers you a friend! Why? You think so? Maybe you inherited my feelings through the blood, perhaps. Well, let's hope it remembers whose side it's on. Sommelier joins the party! When is taken in a companion which will help her in any battle she takes part in. Wind loses 1 hit point from that 1 drop of blood. And we're fighting a Wildling, a Watchman, a Sommelier, and a Spectic. And we have a Sommelier in our party! Monster, age 0. Has no gear. Has the ability to shoot. History, the story of Sommelier. Sommelier's adventures. Sommelier's legacy. It has nothing. Apparently it identifies as male and is gay. We have a gay robot. Cool. I like this. This is awesome. Nice! Crit right off the bat. Rubble! Bone Lance. We need to name this Sommelier. Everybody think up a cool name while we're fighting this battle. Hey! No fair staying out of my range. Actually, that's totally fair. Ah! Go away. You're afraid of me! That is one possible name. They both dodged! I feel really disappointed. Like, that was an awesome setup and everything. And they're just like, nope. Quit dodging! Seriously. I'm glad someone got that reference. Dude! They keep dodging! Oh, finally! I get a hit in. Alright, dodge this. I attack you with clothes. Where's the bad guy? They must have run into this room. They can really run. Oh, time to send wind in. Jeez! Did we find some more Thoggy Elite or something? We did it! We got a wolf heart scarf. Alright, let's see. It gives health to people. Unfortunately, I cannot equip my Morthagi with a wolf heart scarf. But, let's see who's got the lowest health. 7.9. Now give her 10. 8.3. So it goes to Drifty. It might not be tide turning, but something significant happened here today. We should name this place. You mean Crodell Mine? Well, sure, that's the overall place. But what about a specific clearing or cliff? You think they have names? A thing you name may tell your story, however quietly and slowly. Anyway, a little commemoration never went amiss. The top of a nearby mound of stone seemed to fit Drifty's vision. A perfect vessel, strong enough to hold even weighty memories. The Earthen Witness takes its name this day. You have an official process for this. One makes one's own. The place will know. Drifty lit a tiny fire on the crag as the sun stretched out, building a small piles and saying a few words. I just wondered if he just enjoyed the motions of a ritual a little too much. But when he came back down, something did feel different. The company took a moment to acquaint themselves with the Earthen Witness on their way out. Then continued on, hiding small smiles from Drifty. Alright, night dig! Hopefully you heard that before you left. And as promised, Batch B has now joined the brawl. Alright, so let's find an item here at Crodell Mine in front of the Earthen Witness. And meanwhile, Dakin's blue bottoms has been revealed. We're gonna think that those are pants. Blue bottoms are pants. Okay, this other team is gonna go and investigate. Company of crows. What about the pink-hearted towering trees? What about the wandering, warbling river? What about the dandelion laughter of spring? I have seen the end, watched it come and watched it pass, many times. I know something of what lies ahead. Raytheon and Quill wait for Fargus to come up the road, taking shelter in an abandoned place. They've chanced on another traveler. Ah! Who has a crow. You wear a breathtaking costume, and have collected many breaths in my time. And from your lips, was there ever a kiss and not a warning? Oh, little wishing one, pay attention. Rain chatters on the thatch. I see things written in the turnings of storms, in silver-wet letters and shaking pages of rain. I read of dreams left behind this yondering. I read of dooms the years intend. I read until my eyes shine and my stomach roars. I have read of you. I know what you are meant to be. I'm just imagining these two are having some deep conversation, and meanwhile she's trying to figure out, does this crow look edible? Fate's not all decided. I mean, I don't believe it is. No one demands you believe. You must only endure what happens. The old storage building smells like ancient hay, moist rock, and the burning pine pitch of their torch. The woman's robe moves like it's a part of her. She shrugs. Fortunes were given to crows to tell, and crows were kind enough to share their gift with witches. A witch, well paid, shares fortune with the way blind. So, Raytheon has a choice. Does he offer a drop of blood to the mysterious lady? Or does he talk of his dreams of black wings and a questing path? I have seen both, and have preference for neither. Not that either are bad, they're both interesting. But what do you think? He has been through a lot. Personally, I recommend the transformation because it will look amazing. So, you recommend one, he offers a drop of blood? Alright. Then you already glimpsed the form your roving spirit must take. You have seen it in your sleep, and it will not shatter you. Huh? Well, I mean, I have this dream that recurs. Wait, so you're saying it does come true? You go winged, but never flying. Fast, but rarely fleeing. Your wander leads you to things you never thought you chased. Yeah. Raytheon? I don't quite understand, but let me know if you need me to help. Help it happen or help it stop. The rain will pause in the morning. Do not worry much, for you will love yourself, lonelier though it may make you. There was a queen, too, in my dream. She halts, momentarily, the stillness of a startled bird. Some dreams are only flights of fancy. The night elapses. The rain sounds like a river of dragonflies flowing by. Snoring, thunder is occasional and soft, growing ever more distant. Raytheon and Quail sleep at some point, taking turns. The woman walks out into the pale pre-dawn, without a sound or a pain or any observed moment of metamorphosis. Raytheon wakes up, bewinged. They'll continue on to Shy Forge. Hey, Quail, there you are. Raytheon with you. Couldn't find you in the rain, had to camp. I think it would just be so ironic if Quail was the one that got the crow wings. Just because of the name. Anyway, we're dealing with Thrixel here. Ooh, stone spirit. Come back here, little stone spirit. Ah, man. She's got a regular spirit, right? Crow Weaver. Wow, okay. She already has the bird theme. She should have had the wings, too. But it is just a regular spear, so yeah, she will go and get this. Stone spirit, be still. We're not going to hurt you. And we get a tier 1 great spear made of stone. And we get the... What did I just say about bird themes? Falcon Spike. Alright, cool. We're doing it. And that's when I remembered she's retiring at the end of the chapter. Oh well. She'll have it in her legacy. Yeah, just look at that. Burning hand. Then he's got the crow wings. Ooh, that's cool. I didn't know you could do that. Make him dance. Alright. And there they take some poison damage and immediately get smacked by Fargus. Don't you try to dream tap me, or dream trap. What's behind door number 2? A big ol' forge. Surprise, it's fire! And then I realized, oh, stridulation. Ooh, boy, he made it bigger. Yeah, the enemies are in that room. Oh, and it goes straight for her. Okay, cool. Maybe his innate bug instincts are like, that's a bird, leave it alone. Okay. Quelling Moss, take the poison! Oh, well, he's trapped in a dream. Alright, remove stasis. Remove stasis from the adjacent alley, allowing them to take turns. Stasis cannot take any actions, cannot be targeted by foes. Don't you run from me. Get back here. And he dodged. But it's okay, because poison! And we win. And Fargus leveled up. Woo! So, we have options. Battle Dance. Melee attacks only cost him 1 action, regardless if he's moved or not. So he can attack multiple times in a turn. He already has Vigilance, which allows him to strike twice. If we upgrade Vigilance, he can strike up to 4 times when he does Sentinel, which means that 4 different enemies have to deal with him. Could be really useful. But Broad Swipes is also useful because all his melee attacks will damage all other foes within range. Granted, with a sword... Actually, I'm curious, would a bow work with Broad Swipes? Wait, no, it's melee attacks. So, Broad Swipes, Battle Dance, or Vigilance. We also have the option of Wisdom. It gives him a bonus to all campaign level tasks, such as building roads and bridges and pathways and traveling. That's based off of age, and it doubles every 35 years. Broad Swipes? Okay then. Ooh, a Spectral Lantern that gives warding. Let's see, we could give it to Drifty, which would put him at 2.8. We could give it to Udgus and give him 5.7. Or we could give it to Fargus and give him 2.3. I'm gonna give it to Fargus because he took some heavy magic hits. And we're not gonna have to worry about warding too much, but it can still reduce damage if it's elemental in nature. Fern's Shadow Cloak gives extra dodge. This we should give to someone who already has dodge, like maybe Odgis. Wynn could benefit from it. Raytheon, oh, Raytheon loves that. Oh, I forgot, he was very dodgy. He was built as a dodge guy. Let's give it to him. Give him all the more reasons to use that nice little belt of his. Yeah, he's kind of a favorite at this point. Alright. And we will secure Shy Forge. Now, take a note at something. This was noted by a bunch of people earlier on in our last campaign. But when you do certain... Oh, here we go. Seeking answers, sorting through lies. How much will we ever know? We gained ingots and a necklace of cunning. Let's give it to someone like Drifty. Here we go, you get it. Oh, oops, no. Armor. Let's give it to Fargus, being one of the guys up front. So, as was noted in previous games, when you clear an area, you sometimes get little art added to it. Here's the Shrine of Fire. Here's the stream shrine we built. The crows. Over here's the tower where they got their little Morthagi buddy. You know, here's our little threshery. So yeah. But let's see what's up with these stone spruce's timbers. The enemy advanced their plans over time. We've got plenty of points though, so that's good. And I definitely want to cancel this one where every time they get that card, they get 2 of them. That's just, no, bad. And we'll also get rid of that one. And save the rest, because I like to keep some legacy points for in reserve. So with that in mind, we should go and investigate this place. Oh. Study the world and you'll never finish discovering wonders. He looks so pleased with himself saying that. Ah, block. We should give that to someone. I'm gonna go with Wind, just because she's got herself a nice little shield to go with it. And these 3 are going to explore this tile. While these 3 assault Morwell Forge. Silver and shadows. The sun's fallen and a silver fog floats from the trees where shadows pool. Drifty stops for a second. No. Drifty, stop for a second. Wind won't want to lose you. Can't remember a gloom quite like this. You? Listen, the twilight birds are silent. The quiet forms a fence around them, impenetrable, the whirling air almost utterly opaque. Wind? I think we need to not stand here. Let's get to the trees. At least those are solid. They halt just inside the shelter of the pines, the dark air clinging wet, the trunks they press to dampen their palms. I don't like tree clinging generally. And then something vast moves beside them, slow, achingly slow. It passes, too enormous to be seen, impossibly silent. What? Night's fallen. The fog wanders away, clinging to the felty outline of that gargantuan shadow. Let's find Win. Maybe she saw it too. Maybe saw it better. Or I'd rather us take a look now. Trails go cold quick in the dark. Do they wait or do they move? You want to lean towards checking it out? I like that option. Alright, let's do it. Come on, I guess we won't go too far. Still within shouting range. Remember, we both saw it at the same time, so if the night, emptied of silence, fills again with noise, crickets and owls and scuttling ferrets. Approximating where the giant had passed, they search. There are no footprints. Or are there? Pools of green light are spaced along between the unbroken pine trunks, perhaps at distances to match the thing's huge strides. Even as they watch, the light pools rapidly shrink into the ground, drying, sinking, perhaps just fading like starlight. Drifty runs to stoop over one of these and scrapes the earth away with the strong limb of his bow. Careful. He plucks a glowing seed from the ground as it tries to burrow deeper. It slips his grasp, but then floats, settling in the air. Rustle, rustle. Think there's bone dogs on the prowl. Snatching the seed, Drifty secures it in his pocket. This is shouting distance, right? Certainly worth a try. Wind! Wind finds them. But so do their enemies. Disorder. All heroes. Walling provides no armor this combat. That's rough. And we get more enemies. We've got a Batchbee, a Weldling, a Watchman, a Sommelier, and one other unknown enemy. I think I found him! Well, if walling won't provide any defense, I guess we'll just have to make do. And encase people in rock. Yay, our little Marthagi buddy! We still haven't named him. I think someone, Chris wanted to call it Fairy Cheer Girl or something like that. We can name him Church. Oh, and here I am thinking about the name, and then I'm like, oh wait, we don't get walling. Ow! Ugh. And here we go with Through Shot. Ah! They both took cover! It's okay. Can they do it twice? Ooh, stunt on that. Nice. How do you like an acid bath? That's mean. Don't do that. Uh-oh, Drifty's not looking so good. You better hide. Fire leash! I should have moved him while I had the chance. Good! Oh no! Drifty! Drifty collapses. The battle had taken its toll. He can fall back and fight to live another day, though he loses 2 health for the remainder of the game, or he gives his life to protect his friends. Yeah, I know, right? They just keep dodging me. I think we're all gonna say that he's gonna survive. Am I right on this? Fall back! Retreat! Oh, Buggus and the others have got this. Drifty slips away into whatever shadows will have him. Ah, man. Wind needs to take out that wildling now. She's gonna take damage if she does this, but she needs to do it. Like, that thing's causing too much fire, and it's just wrecking my team. No! Darn it, no! Quit it! No! Church! Church died! I can't even see the enemy. No! What? That was a rough battle. Alright, what do we want to give the wind here? We could give her Wind Walk. It could be named after her. I wanted Church to be Legacy too. I really did. I have never been able to get a monster to survive. So we've got Viciousness. Her melee attacks deal extra damage, which is nice, but it's not huge. Windwalk, we've already seen how useful that can be on a warrior. Like, dear lord. Battle Dance. Melee attacks only cost Wind 1 action. Or we could upgrade her Thundering Challenge to affect an area. Windwalk is a good choice. I like it myself. Alright. Let's do Windwalk. And we have Greybark. So Greybark is the armor tier 1. It's also tier 1 like Travel Trough, but it's more designed for giving extra armor and reducing speed. So for Raytheon, it's not that big a deal. He's still above 7. And Drifty would still be at 5, but his armor would go up to 2.4, whereas Drifty would get 2.8. His dodge goes down a lot, though, and I don't want to do that. That literally drops his dodge 15. Same with Drifty. I think we're gonna just salvage this. Once again, the night air belongs to the song of ordinary creatures. Everyone's still here? More or less? I hate a night battle. Keep knocking into trees. Drifty and Udgus recount what they saw, a colossus striding silently through the silver fog. Wind and Sun never saw more than a great banks of mist separating them. They make a further search for signs of the giant's passing, but are forced to camp, precious hours from sunrise, having found nothing. Later, you're an enigma, little seed. Drifty plants it on a sun-blessed hillside in a bed of soft earth. Who knows what will sprout? Drifty got maimed and must heal. Luckily, it doesn't look like he's badly hurt. But yeah, that was rough. By the way, I will say this. That event particular, the one with the Strider, I have had more game overs on that event than any other. It's a killer. And it's mainly because of the lack of walling. Like, people just don't get that extra armor bonus. Though this time it was because welding's burned out half the battlefield. But yeah, Wind and Udgus, they are going to secure this forge. And then we're gonna reevaluate who's on which party. Because Drifty's gonna be in Blythehold for a bit. Now, we could assault Pain Ambitions right now. But there's also the Blade Woods to contend with. I think instead what we're going to do is we're going to patrol this place. Which is going to clear out the corruption infesting these other sites. Since I found something, doesn't it seem like it should go to me? Sure, I guess, whatever you say. Oh, the knee pads of rhythm. We can get more speed. Let's give it to Wind. And I think these two are just gonna prepare some defenses here. Give them something to do while they wait for their buddy to heal up. Alright. Drifty's looking pretty good. He doesn't have any scars or any burn marks or anything. Let's see his stats. He does have a negative 2 HP because of a lasting wound, though, so he's got the battle scars. Meanwhile, these three are just gonna go around cleaning sites. Giving those three a chance to secure the last tile. The Blade Woods have been revealed. And there's a place called Blythe's Tunnel. I wonder if Blythe, this tunnel, is also in Blythehold. You know, maybe they're related. Who knows? But here we are by hoof and horn. This forest is heavy with shadow. The trees are so thick, even the noonday sun can't reach the ground. We haven't seen a single living thing, but I can't shake the feeling that we're being watched. Shh. I see someone. Hide! She looks sad. Maybe she's lost. Hello, are you lost? Ah! Sorry, you scared the life nearly out of me. What are you doing here? We could ask the same of you. We're hunting the horde monsters that live here. I suppose we're here for the same thing, then. You came by yourself to kill these vermin? They're not vermin! Or, they weren't always this way. They were people once. And one of them was once my wife. Well, hello there. I always like how that's just something that could happen. Gay NPCs. This game is awesome about that. Evil sorcery stole your wife away? No sorcery, just words. Evil, slippery words. Words I'd love to shove down someone's throat. She's too far gone now, my wife. The last time I saw her, all that was left in her eyes was some primal rage that terrified me. The person I knew is gone. I hesitated when I should have struck her down. Who knows what she has done since? I am here to end this, before she can hurt anyone else. We can say, join us, we will do this task together, or let us handle this, you shouldn't have to be involved. So, do we invite her to join? I think that's a good idea, honestly. But, at the same time, you know, there's the whole fighting your wife thing. But yes, let's team up. I thank you for your offer. Truly, I was not sure how I was going to manage this on my own. We've got woken slingers and fighters. Ooh, and a fire spirit! Come back here, fire spirit! Ungus should get this one. That's gonna be hard for him to get to it, though. But, might as well try. Don't throw Ungus. Ungus is nice, unlike you. No, don't run. Come back here. We just want to play. Hi, guys. Oh, well, okay. Come on, I guess. Catch the fire spirit. Ooh, nice shot. I just took a hit. Oh no. Okay. I'm sorry, but I can't risk losing him. I refuse. So he's gonna give up his chase of the spirit. Or maybe he won't, if I can kill all these Woken. Yarr! Get it! You're safer over here anyway. Caught you! Do I get to make a wish now? Well, you get a fire wand. If that's your wish, then yes. Calling Aspen Switch. Replace his soup spoon. He's got a proper wand now. Not just some spoon. And another grave arc, which we're going to salvage for the same reasons. That's the last of them. Aye. That villager is still here. The deepests have been dealt with. Yes. Thank you. What will you do now? I don't know. There's nothing left for me in my village. I just can't go back to that life knowing these creatures are out here. Let me come with you. I can be useful in a fight. I won't slow you down. We are all called to our paths in different ways. You're welcome to join us, Lima? Or do we say no? I say let's bring her on, because that means we have 7 people, which means our groups get a little bit bigger. Yeah, I'm gonna recruit her. Welcome to Ebony Stallion, Lima. Thank you. I won't bring my beloved back, but maybe I can help others to avoid that fate. Legacy points -2. And the deepests now have horn children. New friend! Yay! So let's see what's all her about. But as you can see, oh, she's attracted to anyone. She's not just gay, she's bi. That's awesome. But let's see her history. So she's got loyal, literary, and proud, and she's a decisive hothead. Raised by a single mother who perfectly balanced motherhood and knighthood, Lima and her 3 brothers admired her endlessly and hoped to be able to provide for her someday. A stuttering attempt at romance confirmed her faith in the library. Even the most exceptional books will never turn you down. She fought to bring glory to her family. She once knew a great love until until her beloved fell to the sway of the deepests. Unable to save them, Lina joined Ebony Stallion to help keep others from falling to false promises. I like her. She's cool. And we still have only 1 mystic. We've got 3 warriors, 3 hunters, and 1 mystic. Well, let's give her a ring of rhythm because she just joined the party. Wait a minute. Oh, she's got a skinning knife. I'm like, does she have a broadsword on her back? Grey Ash Forest has been cleared of infestation. And everybody's gonna meet up in the middle at Gleaming Wizard Pines. And of course we're gonna get some more calamities. No. I saw that, I'm like, no, you do not get butlers. Especially with wildlings. No. That is one combo I do not want. Alright, we're at the Gleaming Wizard Prairie. Time to assault Payne's ambition, the final fight of the chapter and of the night. So let's clear out everybody so we can figure out who we want to put on the field. Udgus, naturally. No, not Udgus. his health is just no. Raytheon then. This will be Quail's final fight, so let's definitely throw her in there. But yeah, age 40. Let's look at her stats. Retirement age. Retirement age 22. That... Wow. And her hook quest resolved gave her plus 10. Wow, that's... that's rough. Yeah, Igakora is not something to scoff at. Like, 9 is 35 years. Let's add Wind. Let's put Lima in because she's new and we want to see what she can do. And Fargus. So we got 2 hunters, 3 warriors. I think we're good. Let's see what happens. What lies beneath? They found Pain waiting at Pain Ambition, just as he had promised. This is Pain Ambition, but where... It's probably underneath. Stomp around a bit. Stomp, 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 stomp. Thunk. One doesn't research mortificers for years just to remain completely useless. The wide flower stone eventually yielded to Fargus and Raytheon's efforts, revealing dusty steps in the dark. So you're still up for clearing it out? That was the plan. Why I came all the way here and why I made this! Presenting an axe! That is quite a thing. But a lot can change in a long walk across the yondering lands. My spine is brambles, my knees are splitting into shards. My years remind me of the debts I owe them. And perhaps another fight isn't how I want this to end. Not yet. So I wanted to give this to you. Are you certain? One of you will take down more foes with it than I could at this point. I'll stay out here. I'm no surgeon, but I can tend to anyone who needs it. Take care of each other down there. I looked for books on mortificers for months, and I hardly got anything. Your battle knowledge is about to be more useful anyway. And we have, of course, the Clock Stopper, a Tier 3 Great Axe. Given to the company as a gift, this axe repurposes old bits of Morthagi for the singular purpose of cutting down their fellows. It shreds more armor than a normal axe, and it gives +1 stunt damage. Well, we've got the Grim Blade and Dark Curve on Fargus. Humble is often in the in melee. We can give it to her. We could give it to Ugus, but he's a mystic. If anything, we should give him a staff. But let's give it to Wind. Give her the Clock Stopper. Plus, she too has broad swipes. She'll hit a lot of things with that. Ooh, okay. So now that Lima is in her first official battle as one of the Ebony Stallion, she can get piercing shots that deal more damage to armor. We can give her Ember Arrows, which I love. Or we can give her Archery. After a ranged attack against her and adjacent allies, she counterattacks with a ranged attack of her own. She gets 2 abilities almost no one else has. So, and we have to pick one. I'm kind of going for Archery myself. But piercing shots I've never given to anybody. Archery? How about you, Lisa? Got any idea? Alright, archery it is. Yeah, watchman, welding, sommeliers, another watchman, and a wardrobe. The scream of metal and snap of bone echo from its rusty guts as the massive chamber quakes. Alright. Let's move. Oh! A haberdasher. Handles heavy metals, spews toxic smoke. Suddenly, a structure hums to life and begins to spew a skull-splitting fog through the room. Ah! Somebody destroy that thing! Kill enemies, stop this toxic smoke. Well, this is risky, very risky, but Windwalk gets her in there quick. Same with her. But I don't want her to get too far ahead of everyone else, so I'll give Quail a chance to catch up to her. Hey! And the counterattack is already useful. Yeah, let's get further in here. Toxic smoke! No! Oh! Wind is taking damage. Kill that thing quick. Ooh, nice. Staunched. Phew, okay, that's taken care of. Breathing certainly makes things easier. Come on! I wonder though, can I cone of fire? No, I can't cone of fire through it. Can I hoeing moss? Can I silk step? I can at least silk step. Oh no! Wind's in really bad trouble. Alright. Oh, found it! Alright, let's cone of fire this guy. Man, that thing's armor is no joke. Run! Run in fear against a wall you can't escape! And hopefully don't produce any more Morthagi. Ooh, she hit it hard! Poisoned, hobbled. Oh yeah, I'm liking it. And she stunted and it still barely did anything. And we're just gonna have Wind hang out over there because, well, we don't want her getting hurt. I'm so glad Fargus has a bow. That counterattack has come in handy twice in this battle. I think we made a good choice. And we get a gravel pelt scarf that gives extra armor. Who could use it? Can Wind wear it? She already has an all-white scarf, so no. Let's give it to Quail. I know she's retiring, but it'll go on with her on her legacy. A parting gift from the Ebony. Ooh. I'm giving her Untouchable just because even though we're not going to get to see much gameplay, but in her legacy, she'll be able to have it. So here you go. Oof. Good, I was hoping that wasn't them. How did things shake out? They've been disassembled. That's a polite way of putting it. We'll melt down what we can. So you pulled it off then. Good. We can rest for a bit. What do you mean, a bit? The source of the trouble has been thoroughly dealt with. Nothing's crawling out of there again. This workshop was not the only one ever in operation. And Morthagi's abilities to lie dormant and bide their time is one of their greatest strengths. I hope I'm wrong, but in case I'm not, and in case I'm not around to help next time... Not around? It's a thing you have to consider when you reach my age. In case I'm not, keep your wits about you. And 10 years of peace followed. Yay, Wildlings have less armor! During the years of peace, Drifty tended his mystic seed until one day it sprouted. Well, maybe sprouted wasn't the right word. Doom! It burst up in a shower of dirt, protruding small, fond noises. Little enigma, you might be the heartbeat of the whole hidden world. Its growth would be incredibly slow, but perhaps endless. It was true, this cheese is incredible. Obvious returned many times to Grey Ash Forest to visit his mother and tell her about all his many adventurers. Adventurers. Hey, she's still here. She was here last time they talked. I think she's the barmaid now I think about it. Drifty wondered what other things the Stone Witness had seen. Oh, wait, no, let me rephrase that. The Stone Witness. There, better. So he hiked up on a clear night. The fire smoke swirled into fantastic shapes, though any actual tales proved hard to follow. Wind and Raytheon were married one autumn night. A feast and a flock of stories followed their sweet ceremony. The people of Blythehold were surprised to see Wind so joyous and free. Raytheon would always remember Wind's eyes full of lantern light and later moon. All he wanted was in Wind. Lima found that nothing quite cooled her heart like putting saplings into the soil and watching them rise. That misty morning rose. Quail Gronstar didn't open her eyes. By night, she was interred. The grief would last, but so would the fondness, gratitude, love. Quill Bronzestar is no longer in your company. She'll go into your legacy and may play a part in future stories. Maybe she sensed those would be her last years with the company. Quill did something she always imagined she'd do. She started teaching. The wiser hearts of the company listened to all she could think she could pass on. Who benefited most from Quail's guidance? We have 3 choices here. Lima might have gained a lot of experience from her tales. Drifty might have inherited a bit of her wisdom. Or even Ungus. Of course, we could also say all who read her tale benefited from her teachings. But that is one possible choice. So who do we think would listen to Quill the most and benefit most from what she had to offer? Personally, I think Lima should, just because she's kind of new to the company. But Drifty is also a good choice. Drifty? We could give it to Drifty. I know, right? I guess the warriors already know what she has to teach. But let's go with Drifty then. Ooh, he almost leveled up twice. Ooh, and hello. So we have the option for Ambush or upgrade Through Shot. We can also give him Endurance, that'll just make him tougher, or Heroism. Once per combat, Drifty gains +1 action point and attack actions only cost 1 action point. So that gives him extra attacks for a round. Ambush is nice because you can set up firing lines for enemies to get triggered into an attack. And if nobody triggers it, he gets an extra shot. I'm favoring Ambush. It also sets him apart from the other archers in my group. Our group, I should say. Our group. There we go. He's got his, Ooh. Oh, man. That's a rough call. Because he's naturally an archer. We could give him a crow arm, which will allow him to blind enemies. But we've got plenty of archers. We've got a lot of ranged expertise. And he doesn't have a magical bow either. Or a crossbow. So honestly, this might actually work to our advantage if we use it. Especially if we can add in his Silk Step. He could really benefit from that. Yeah, let's make him special. Yeah, so Raytheon does not get any weapons. He is a weapon. He's a crowbar. Alright, let's give him some better armor, though. Because he's going to be in combat a lot. Let's up his dodge, because... Oh, and that will also synergize well with his belt. Because with his dodge, adding an additional 10, it's going to be almost impossible to hit him. Which, every time he gets attacked, he has a 30% chance to blind people. He's literally just built for debuffs. Okay. Now, he could benefit from link mail. It'll drop his speed a bit, but give him some better armor, which, honestly, he needs. So let's do that. Well, I can give her the Ice Leaf of Windywear. Yeah, we need to get some more materials. Oh yeah, and look, he's got his little buddy with him. That actually gives him a cool ability. If we look here, Pet Pinecone. Maybe some century it'll grow to be a tree walker or something. But he can wall with trees. So if he moves next to a tree, he gets a bonus to his defense. Thanks to his little pet. Very useful. Ah, so it's when he takes damage. So even with his dodge... Yeah, look at that. Dodge, 95. It would have been 99 if he wasn't middle-aged. Yeah. Good luck hitting this guy, dear lord. Ooh, but look at that armor. Doesn't that look sexy? I mean that in every way. That looks good. Maybe I'm just biased by the colors, but it just looks cool. But yeah, we're giving her better armor because she took a beating. Plus, she's married now. We want to make sure she lives to a ripe old age with her husband so they can have a nice, happy life. Alright. Her husband who is becoming less and less human. Alright. I think we've got our group. So let's find out what happened next. Look at these things. They're beautiful in their own way, but they're not people. They were never meant to be. And you think you can stick your soul into one and whatever comes out the other end will still be you? What's the alternative? Death? If it comes to that, yes. Because having some abomination following me around insisting it was you for eternity, that's worse torture than any honest loss. Honest? You're being selfish. You can't see beyond your own conception of what a person is. This could usher in a new era of humanity, and it wouldn't be humanity. I'll change your mind. I shouldn't have to, but because I apparently care about you for whatever reason I can't remember at the moment. Aim, where are you going? Come back! I want you to know that just by coming here, I've put your land at risk. The Morthagi erupt when they catch wind of any of us. Well then, I won't waste your time. I'll just ask directly. Can you make me into one of you? I've built most of a body based on my studies of your late friend, but I need your help to finish the job. I'm a skilled metal worker and was a decent fighter in my younger days as well. I know I can be an asset to you and your people. No one has called us people in a long time. Are you certain? It's not a safeguard against death. You've seen that firsthand. I don't need a safeguard, I just need a way to halt my own decay. How old were you when you became enduring? As old as me? No. Then you don't know what it's like. Nobody does until they get here. You grew up thinking your elders just like complaining about their aches and weariness. You think they like sitting in the same chair day after day watching clouds pass. You don't realize that they do it because anything more has become impossible. I don't want to reach that point if there's a better way. A better way. Then you have understood where others have not. It feels good to have someone understand. Come with me. We'll make our best effort. So, Pain is, perhaps turning himself into a Morthagi. A reasonable amount of time later. I like how his bow makes it look like he's got this cowlick all the time. I've been talking with the carpenter from Lightwall. They're getting overwhelmed with people driven out of the surrounding regions by the Morthagi. Ebony Stallion needs to help. I assume you don't mean helping them build houses. As wholesome as that sounds? No. The shadows deepen. All monster groups will draw an extra monster card in every battle. And there we go. I think that'll be it. And as a reminder, we currently have the game set to carved in stone. So had we had that game over in that really tough battle where we lost our Morthagi buddy, Church, may he rest in peace. His pieces, or may he rest in peace, yes. When we lost him and Drifty got hit really hard, that could have been game over. We were really close. Oh, we pulled through! Yay! But it is getting late. We've completed another chapter, and I think that will be all for tonight. I thank you all for joining. It's been great. It's been fun. I hope you had fun. I know I did. I know it's a little bit easier for me to have fun playing the game, but I hope I was at least entertaining and fun to watch. So, I think that'll be it for tonight. Thank you for joining.